Lesson 6, Unit 1, the learning project. The final phase in the Pdme cycle is learning. This phase focuses on the practice of continuous learning, not just as a final activity in the project, but as a process that occurs during the life of the project. Learning in the Pdme cycle is a moment of reflection, where the project team and key stakeholders take a time to reflect on the past actions and learn. The questions that the team will ask include: what happened? What did we learn? How we can improve? And what lessons did we learn? By answering these questions is not straightforward. The project manager needs to create the right environment and provide the right incentives to get the best answers possible. The success of this effort ensures that the project can benefit from the lessons learned and continuously improve the project. The lessons learned will also help key stakeholders, partners, and similar projects. An important source of opportunities to learn and improve the project comes from the application of the evaluation recommendations on the current or new project. This is one of the main purposes of the evaluation. All the evaluation efforts are wasted if there is no change. That is an important message. The project can have a very good evaluation report. The evaluator could have done it on time, on budget, providing excellent reports. But if the organization or the project does not take action and incorporate those recommendations and improve and produces changes, then there is no value behind the evaluation. It just becomes a document. The idea is that out of that document and other evaluations, there are opportunities to learn that the organization and the project can take advantage in the next cycle. Opportunities for improvements are not necessarily in one or two areas. They must happen in every one of the Pdme phases. During each phase, there are questions that can lead to improvements. During the concept phase, were there opportunities for a better analysis of the proposed project that could have helped come up with a better decision? In the design phase, how did the participation of the beneficiaries help design the project and understanding of the context and assumptions? During planning, did the plans take into account all the constraints that exist in the environment so that the plan is realistic, flexible to accommodate the changes? In the monitoring phase, did the project collect enough data to help make sound decisions, or did it just spend too much money on collecting data that no one used? In the evaluation phase, did the project get the right consultants? Did they come up with the right recommendations that can help the project or future projects? Even the learning phase creates opportunities to improvements. How good is the team at incorporating learnings in the project? And how good is the organization at incorporating learning in the Pdme process? Can future projects benefit from this continuous input of ideas and recommendations? The Pdme cycle is actually a learning cycle. There are multiple opportunities in each one of these phases to learn through an action and reflection process. Each phase is an opportunity to analyze what happened, what went wrong, and what can be done to fix it. Learning is not limited to one phase, but it's the glue that binds all the phases together. What is a learning project? Learning is the process through which information generated from the M&E is reflected and intentionally used to continuously improve a project's ability to achieve results. A learning project is one that has incorporated learning as a key strategy to continuously learn and adapt. Learning is not done in isolation, but in partnership with key stakeholders. And an important characteristic of a learning project is that learning is shared with partners and other organizations to amplify the impact. Why we need learning? Development projects operate in complex and uncertain conditions where the context is always changing. Making progress in this context requires continuous feedback process and the timely use of insights to inform and adapt implementation strategies. By placing an emphasis on continuously improving the project, it recognizes that all plans and strategies are likely to require adaptation as it learns about what works, what can be improved, and what needs to change. Every plan incorporates feedback loops for tracking progress of the objectives. Learning is not a one-time event. It is built in the fabric of the project operations. In a learning project, learning is not done in isolation. It requires the participation of key stakeholders, from donors to beneficiaries, all participate in the learning process. The project continuously seeks opportunities to build the learning capacity of the key partners who will use their new skills during the life of the project and beyond. A learning project shares lessons with partners, beneficiaries, and donors. By sharing learning, the value of the lesson increases, and the project continuously seeks opportunities to share what it has learned, and that amplifies the impact beyond the project. A learning project is a project that has built a process for anticipating, reacting, and responding to change, complexity, and uncertainty. It actively creates, captures, transfers, and mobilizes knowledge to adapt to a changing environment.